Li Jiaman looking to replicate what she did last year and what she did here in Nanjing in 2014. But the crowd go wild. They are expecting a lot from Li Jiaman. She shoots on target number 2 on the left-hand side. A second appearance at the Hyundai Archery World Cup final after winning the competition last year in Tlaxcala in Mexico. Debut for the teenager, the youngest member of the field of 8 here in Nanjing, HSU Hsin-tzu from Chinese Taipei. Just 17 years old, world number 13 and the reigning Asian champion. Well, as we have seen so far, the start absolutely crucial, and it will be Li to get the match underway. Well, I can't say that is a big surprise given what we've seen so far today. That's just the start the 17-year-old would have wanted. You talked about young athletes, Sue, just a teenager.
Li also finding the 10.
So after a sighter in the 7, that was a good second and third arrow from Li Jiaman. 9 required for the win, but that drifts out to the 7. And from a potential 29, Sue shoots a 26. Almost a mirror image of each other there. Li going 7 to start with and then improving, adjusting her sight accordingly. Sue starting with a 10 and drifting further away from it. 2-0 lead for the reigning champion. Probably a little bit of a simple question, but is that just all about experience? Sue getting off to a really good start. A second arrow wasn't bad as well, not a bad little group. And then 17-year-old perhaps feeling the pressure when the set was there for the taking.
It could be Li has a little bit more experience and Sue just making her first debut. But I think she will get her nerves settled as the match goes on.
Well, you can see from the brilliant graphics how far that final arrow drifted left, and the look of confusion on the face of the athlete from Chinese Taipei.
It seems to be the look of today.
It does, doesn't it? Set number 2. And that is a good recovery. She's managed to just block out what happened in the first set. Maybe just focused on those first 2 arrows in the 10 and the 9.
Definitely some fast shooting from Sue. That also might put a little bit of pressure on her opponent.
Tried to pull that one across there, so 17 for Li out of a possible 20. Again, the opportunity knocks for Sue. She needs a 10, and she gets a 10, and that means that she will bag the points in the second set and level up with Li Jiaman. Coach Wu Yingnan patting her on the back for a stunning performance. Bad finish from Li, but a 26. The conditions getting slightly better, slightly easier now.
I really can't tell. I mean, the rain has stopped a little, There's less rain as I can see. But I think it's a really high pressure environment, and especially shooting in front of a home crowd. Can it be good or can it be a little bit nerve-wracking?
Yeah, two sides to that coin, aren't there? Some athletes thrive under the home pressure. I wonder what's going through this 17-year-old. Not too far from home. HSU Hsin-tzu. And she will consider herself the underdog here. But, that was some good shooting from her. One arrow in the red, but enough to bag the points. So we're all square, 2 apiece as we go into the third set. Now some of the crowd getting a bit more vocal, trying to get behind Li Jiaman.
You could see a little bit of wind, maybe it drifted. It's really hard to read even for me.
Perhaps reacting to Li's first shot. Sue also goes into the 8 on the other side. And another one that she's going to pull across the target. It seems to me that every time Sue has a really quick shot, it is better.
Yeah, she's averaging about 7, 8 seconds per shot. A little bit of wind.
Worth the wait for a 27. But again, Sue has the set in her hands. A 10 to go 4-2 up. And that's drifted out into the 9. And it will be a shared set here, 3-3, based on those provisional scores of 27 apiece.
Definitely both archers putting up a fight.
A lot of movement on that final arrow from Li Jiaman, but she held on for quite a long time. You could see the end of the long run up front of the bow, moving around all over the place. And as you can see, the rain is still falling. There, you can see that movement. Wind blowing 70 meters down the range.
You could see that right when she was taking her shot, the arrow was drifting to the right, and after, there was to the left. So it's really changing conditions here, and they really need to focus on where the wind is blowing.
Well, you can see the spread of the arrows, just slightly better from Sue, 3.8 centimeters. But in terms of the score, 27 apiece for the shared points. 3-3, set number 4. This is another one that will go to 5 sets. Li, the reigning champion, being pushed all the way here in Nanjing.
A little bit of a twitch. But she manages it quite well.
Oh, this is tight now. This is really tense. Looks like that one's gone a little wide. You can see from the reaction. But they are all square with 1 arrow to go in this 4th set. Quick shot from Li, and it's into the 10. And that is her best score so far. 29 out of a possible 30. Pressure on Sue here. She needs to put it in the 10 to share the points. And she goes high 9. for a 28, and that means that Li Jiaman, the reigning champion, has broken back into the lead and goes 5-3 up. She's taken her time, the Chinese athlete, to get into this match and to settle down. And she's controlling herself. Look here, she's just taking her time before she even starts the drawing process, taking deep breaths, the eyes closed, going within herself. A lot of mental approach to the game.
There's usually a process that the archers follow. It's very individual to each archer. They might be wanting to take a deep breath before each shot, or they have something they say to themselves to take those extra seconds. I think that's what she's doing here.
And what the result is whilst it takes her a little time to begin the actual physical drawing process, the shot's much quicker.
Yeah, I think that's what you try to do at a high pressure environment. Just do your steps and do your shot quick.
And the group size, not bad at all. Just a little to the right for the perfectionists within all of these archers, but enough to go 5-3 up. Su must win this set to force a shoot off. Starts beautifully. 4th of 5 sets when she started with a 10.
You could see her trying to compensate that arrow. But the wind is picking up, making the conditions a little bit more difficult.
So that 9, not bad then. Good response, reaction to the changing conditions from Su. Does leave the door open for Li to level up. But doesn't quite make that. 18 plays 19 yet again. It's in Su's hands. A 10 to force a 1-arrow shoot off. It is a 9 for a 28. So now there is a chance here for Li to finish the job off. A 10 to share the points in the 5th set. Long hold again. And Li pushes it out into the 8 for a 27. That long hold perhaps giving away the pressure that she was under. But what a comeback from Su from Chinese Taipei. She's bagged the points in the 5th set to take us to 5-5. And now we will have a 1-arrow shoot-off.
The archers choosing their best arrow. Usually some archers maybe have a specific shoot-off arrow. And I think that's what they're choosing right here.
Well, pressure was on big time here on that last arrow. She needed a 10 to bag the points that would have taken her to the win. She's going through that affirmation. It was a very long hold as well compared to the shots in the previous set. And drifting out into the 9, she knew that she was going to have to shoot at least 1 more arrow to make it through to the semi-finals. Final arrow drifting out too far for a conclusion to this match in the regulation sets. A little bit of disappointment, but Li's got the experience here to move on from that and prepare herself quickly for a shoot-off. If you're new to archery, the shoot-off is done on clean target faces, so this little pause at the moment is whilst the judges replace the target 70 meters down the range, because a 1-arrow shoot-off is exactly what it says on the tin. Closest to the target, score first, and then if they both score the same, who arrow is closest to the center of the target. And they'll bring out the calipers and the measures if they absolutely need to. This for a place in the semi-finals of the Hyundai Archery World Cup Final, Nanjing 2025. Li Jiaman, looking to emulate what she did here in Nanjing at the Youth Olympic Games 11 years ago. She's gone wide 8. I'm not going to write this off just yet because we have seen plenty of 8s in this match. We've even seen a couple of 7s. Quick shot from Sue. She's gone into the 8 as well. I've got to say, that's way too tight for me to call. You have an opinion, Mary?
I think I have to see those arrows a little closer, but yeah, it's definitely not what we expected.
A shoot off with 2 8s, and difficult to tell at first glance who got closer. We've got it provisionally down as Sue being closer, and the handshakes are already being done. And it is being confirmed that Sue from Chinese Taipei has knocked out the reigning champion. It won't be a fairy tale finish to 2025 for Li Jiaman. Sue has taken it. A thrilling match for the neutral. Very tough to see Li walking away clearly disappointed. But we get a look at the shoot-off arrows. Li Jiaman looking to defend the title she won last year and get onto the podium as she did at the Youth Olympic Games in 2014. Was pushed all the way to a shoot-off. She had her opportunities in the match. She knew that was drifting out to the left. Tried to pull it across. You're thinking normally if someone shoots an 8 in a shoot-off, the other's going to take the win. But in these conditions, we knew not to call it. But Sue shot an 8. But as you'll see here, that little bit closer. In fact, it was 4 centimeters closer for Sue.
That's enough to take the win.
Disappointment for Li Jiaman, but you know she'll bounce back. But Sue, the 17-year-old from Chinese Taipei, 2024 Asian champion, motors on here at Nanjing 2025.